What's up, guys? Bzilla here. Just doing a quick video on my overall Delta write-up. Kind of, I'm still learning in the process, and a lot of people keep asking me, how do you decipher this? And I'll try to explain things and try to help you, look at this. I send these throughout the day. I'm trying to send them more and more throughout the day, hopefully. Hopefully you guys can a little bit understand it. It's a little complicated at first, but once you get and understand this, it really puts an inside look into what the market's doing. Especially, let me go back to trying to find, especially inside the candle. It shows you inside the candle. So the thing is with Delta, it's going to be the difference. So Delta is the difference between market buys and market sells at each price calculated through the subtraction of volume of contracts traded from the bid price of the volume of contracts traded at the ask price. So let me type this in so you guys can have a visual of what I just said. So with Delta, with futures, you're traded, it's traded on the tick. You're not traded, the price makes up from the bid and the ask, which is different price. So when we look at a area of where, I think it was 10 o'clock yesterday where buyers took over, where buyers took over, and we'll see what happens. So we have right here, let's just say this first opening candle, on the left side is going to be your sells, on the right side is going to be your buys at this tick. But the thing is, when you're buying or selling, you're buying at tick. So you're actually looking at, like, you read the DOM, you're looking at diagonal. You're going to be looking at 130 sellers here compared to 10 buyers. Wish I could turn that off. 450 sellers here to 182 buyers. So what we're looking for, or what I'm looking for, is definitely aggression on one side compared to the other, which will be, definitely highlighted right here, 3209 compared to 1439. That's going to get you your difference. But, look at that tick. The volume, only 90 difference. So that's not really showing it diagonal, but of course, prices transaction diagonal. Down here at the lows, we had 408 buyers compared to 180 sellers. So that's the reason we moved up. We had more buyers at the low than sellers. So that's a good reason to move up. But, overall, showing you minus 172 on the volume, that's volume at that tick, which doesn't show you the true proper. So we had that nice spike up. We couldn't follow through with buyers at the highs. So we go to our next candle and, try to figure out what is happening here. Even looking at the colors, you can tell this one, mostly red, which is pretty crazy that we moved up. So that's just showing, we moved up, but this 15-minute candle is mostly red Delta. So just showing, sellers tried, they got absorbed. Right here, we have a good kind of half and half candle at the highs, 226 sellers to 72 buyers. So buyers definitely not strong at the high, the low, same thing, 22 to 15. You can tell sellers not as strong down here. Buyers not as strong. So that's showing me at the lows, they don't want to transact at the lows. So they're going to move the price up. And so that's, you just go through it. We're looking for, kind of big key spots right here. You can tell 44 or 197 to 241. But look at the left side, sellers. This is like one, that's the high of this pivot. You actually had sellers at the highs. Most times you don't. So that showed me, more aggressive. They want to transact. Sellers want to sell at the high. You go kind of the end of the day with that spike up. There's your one imbalance at the high. Buyers actually tried pushing it up. They just got absorbed. So it's showing you absorption. But I don't really like looking at this because I feel like it's a bunch of numbers. You can tell, look, here's this before the spike. Here we go. Look at all these green imbalances. The imbalances are going to be like 200 or 300% difference. You get 233, 854, 1084 to 226. Pretty big imbalances. That's just going to show you with the imbalances, there's way more aggressive buyers than sellers. Look at all this green. Boom, boom, boom. The green's showing you the imbalances. That's why we had our spike up. But the chart I use is kind of gets rid of the numbers, just sticks to the colors. So, you know, we had our pre-market, nothing really going on. What I like to see is, you know, we had a decent big buyer at 9, you know, like right at 920. Pretty solid move. This is 15-minute 2. Here's our opening candle. You know, nothing really showing. What I like to do on these is kind of, you know, look for the dojis. Look for inside. We had, you know, 15-minute. We had a doji here. I have a doji here, doji here. So we had 3 15-minute dojis. So what I'm doing is watching where, you know, the sell. Look at all in the lower candle. Sell, sell, sell. All those lower candles are pretty much selling. But just because they're selling, are they moving the market down? So what I like to do is kind of put a line here. If we get past this line, they get rewarded for selling. Let me get rid of that box. They're going to get rewarded for selling. So we have, you know, here we go. Sell, sell, sell. But the problem is we can't get past that line. We could do on the top side, since there are dojis. The top side, are they going to be rewarded for, you know, for buying? Because the dojis, you know, this one's nothing. Buyers start coming up in the top wick. So kind of the same thing. What I like to see is a big increase of positive delta blue above, you know, the tops of these candles. And there you go. Look at that beautiful increase of delta right above it, all delta. So that's driving the price up. These buyers are being rewarded for buying. These sellers then are trapped off sides. And that's where they start to have the selling, and it just drives the price up even more. So we come up to that bit, big buyer is not there anymore. Sometimes it takes it off. Right here, a seller tried. The gold is the POC. So the seller tried. What happened? Price went up. So he was just absorbed. So that's showing overall strong buying. You know, if sellers come in 351 lots, it's a pretty big order. They come in and go nowhere. They only went down 1 point. So they weren't rewarded. So that's when they're caught off sides, and that's where, you know, that's where I look for to drive price up. Right here I wrote big sellers. We had more big sellers up here, but they're not showing up here. I think it goes away the next day or something. Buying delta at the highs. So like at these highs, look at these. Same thing. Kind of a doji at the high. Are we able to find buyers above that price? No. So price falls down. We continue up. You see, you know, decent move. 449, 259 buying. But then sellers see that and they're aggressive on the down. Of course, you take this doji, kind of the same thing. Take it sideways. Take it sideways. Where do we see? You know, this is a pretty strong sellers tried here, but they're absorbed. More buying at the high. See that? They weren't able to get to the lows. Of course, then we have our spike up, and they battle back and forth, nothing. But hopefully that explains a lot. What I look for is these imbalances which is going to be a certain percentage, same thing, certain percentage difference. And usually if sellers are here, they would want to come back and repair it. Do they come back and repair it? They haven't yet. So that's what we're kind of looking for there. You know, looking back, there we go. Back to the previous day, you could tell these imbalances on our Friday sell were all repaired. Repaired, we kind of bounced down, another repair, a little bounce down. Took out that top one, kind of a little fade on that repair. So that's basically the gist of it. Pretty quick explanation. Of course, I'm learning. I'm still trying to figure out everything about this. This is all, you know, I've been using for a couple weeks, couple months. Loving it. Showing you kind of the inside. You can tell, look right here. Sold off. As soon as we hit that imbalance, dropped. So that's what I look for, imbalances as supply or support and resistances. So definitely going to watch kind of this level going into today, see what happens if we come down and repair this. And then sellers, you know, that's their objective. They want to repair this and see if they're any more strong. If they're stronger, they'll continue down. If not, buyers will take over and continue the price up. We can kind of look, I'm just curious to look at kind of bigger time. Look at the 4 hour. So like the 4 hour, look at the wick. A lot of buying delta in the wick. They're able to push the price up. Wick. I just like looking at the wicks on these. Hopefully that kind of explains that. A lot of people ask me, I don't understand their write up, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for the imbalances where, you know, imbalances show aggressive buyers or aggressive sellers. And then, you know, this kind of just gives me the look into a candlestick. So y'all have a great, you know, rest of your time. Trade good. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And I will be starting live trading, and probably I'm trying to stream 24/7, trying to keep these charts up 24/7 with a commentary soon. But y'all have a great rest of your day.